Welcome to Album Review TV. It's time for another album review. Demi Lovato's album, Demi. Follow up to Unbroken, and Demi Lovato definitely has quite the voice on her. She's got those set of pipes that can really show off strengths like something like Kelly Clarkson has. Honestly, I feel like she's been compared to Kelly Clarkson, and obviously she has her own unique style that she brings, but she's definitely got the range that Kelly Clarkson has. She can really belt out these songs, hit this high range of notes, and it's really entertaining to listen to for the most part. Demi's all over the place with the style of this album. It ranges from everything from like a club banger to this slow ballad to a power ballad back into just a simple little pop jam. What sets Demi apart from other pop artists and other people in the pop scene is that she doesn't just sing about like booze, clubs, sex, the typical subjects that you usually hear about and the things that go with like being rich. I like that she lives in a different way, and that yes, she's got that Disney Channel image that she maybe never quite should, but at the same time you also know that she has, because you know everything she's been through. She's past that, and I think that she's a lot stronger as a person now. The first single off of the album was Heart Attack. It's also the opener for this record, and it starts the album off great. Honestly, it's got so much energy. I love the electronic production mixed in with the acoustic guitars. I did a track review on it. If you'd like to see that more in-depth coverage of that song, the link to that is in the description below, but I do love Heart Attack. It's one of my overall favorites, if not my overall favorite. It's very close with the next song I'm going to talk about, and that is Neon Lights. That is a huge EDM influenced track that really builds up. It starts, a little bit minimalistic instrumentation, builds into this huge, EDM pre-chorus and then chorus, and it just takes off from there. It's definitely the club banger I was talking about on the album. If Neon Lights isn't the next single on the record, someone get me Demi's manager and fire them immediately, because this is radio ready pop music. It's really, really, really catchy, fun, solid, and it's unique in the same time because it's got Demi's voice on it, and she is really belting it out and hitting all these notes high and low. There's definitely some slower jams on the album, slower paced songs I should say, like Nightingale, In Case, and of course Warrior. That's probably my overall favorite slow song that she's ever done. It's a huge, huge ballad, but first I want to talk about the one I didn't really care for, and that's In Case. Yes, it's a slower song, but it's just not something that I really connect with, but one that I do connect more so with is Nightingale. It's a power ballad if I've ever heard one. Beautiful piano, passionate vocals, and it's really strong lyrically as well. Fans are going to eat it right up. I think it's a good one. Strings, keys, guitar, a nice darker tone, one of her best slower paced songs on the album, if not from her entire career so far. I've been a fan of Demi Lovato for a while now. Yes, okay, back in the day I did see the Camp Rock movies and I thought the girl had a voice on her from then. I heard This Is Me, that duet she did with Joe Jonas, and some of her other stuff, and I really did start getting into it. I liked her album Unbroken a lot, but I have to say that so far, I'm enjoying this record, Demi, more than anything she's put out in the past. Now, Warrior, that song I was talking about, it just knocked my socks off first listen. Maybe not completely, but still, damn. It's an inspirational ballad that showcases Demi's amazing vocals once again, more than any song on the record really, for the fact that it's mainly just focusing on her vocals. There's some quiet and melodic guitar going in the background, and it's just darker. It's got this darker feel to it, a darker tone. It's mostly just Demi's vocals, a dark story, and some light instrumentation. It's really nice to hear a song like that, and this is why, once again, I'm going to say that I feel like Demi Lovato is one of the most underrated pop stars in the game today. Yes, Heart Attack did peak at number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 so far, but still, I feel like, not as many people know about her as, like, say, Lady Gaga or Katy Perry or Rihanna. The production, everything is just well done. I love the fact that they chose to make this a slower song. I love the vocal progression and style. It's impeccable. Go listen to this track right now. If you don't even check out the rest of the album, I'd like for you to at least hear this song. Shouldn't Come Back is another solid slow jam on this record. Demi's vocals really relay emotion and sadness effectively here on this track in particular, and I like the overtone to the song. It features a string section and a nice quiet guitar played, kind of gently in the background. It contains a lot of personal lyrical content, and that's why I think it's one of the most solid lyrically on the entire record. It definitely hits home as being, something personal, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, she's talking about her father on this song, and You know, I'm not going to dive into or try to dive into her personal life, but I like the fact that this song gets more personal, a little bit darker, and now I kind of want to break into some of the poppier songs on the record though. I already talked about Heart Attack and of course Neon Lights, my two personal favorites on this record, along with Warrior, the ballad. But there are some obviously poppier songs and a lot of upbeat tracks on this record, and I want to go ahead and talk about some of my favorites here. Something That We're Not tells a story quite well, and I enjoy that. Demi deals with trying to break off a hookup while at the same time delivering an amazing hook. It just hooked. That's all I had. Upbeat and catchy, rock out to it. Not gonna happen, dude. Two Pieces is a really cool track musically. I'm enjoying it a whole lot because it's got this nice build to it featuring a stomp clap style of percussion, piano, and a hint of electronic flair. You'll even hear some electric guitar in there. It might not be her best song on the album by any means, but it's still a very enjoyable listen. Demi's vocals shine on this track once again. Never Been Hurt is a total change of pace musically. It starts with these dark overtones to the track that I really actually like a whole lot, and it's got this wonderful vocal performance from Demi once again. I definitely see it as a song that really just bleeds confidence as a whole, and it's totally relatable to many of her fans. I would say the chorus is one of the catchiest on the entire album. It's filled with these huge electronic crashes and wonderful production. Really Don't Care has the only guest spot on the album, and it's an interesting one. It's Cher Lloyd, the singer-rapper from the UK. You might know her from that song where she goes, "Ah!" a whole lot. The song is solid overall, but the Cher part is something I could do without. The song is really catchy, I like the production a whole lot, and I think it's a nice fun jam, and for the most part I think a lot of listeners will relate to it. There are some that I'm on the fence and don't really like as much. I already mentioned In Case. Firestarter is one that I'm on the fence about because it lacks a little bit of creativity, I feel like. I do enjoy it, and it's a solid tune, but it's got these electronic flourishes and banging beats and a fun spirit. Those are the parts that I do like about it, but it really just lacks depth in my opinion. I don't see it as being one of those tracks that I will be revisiting. Without the Love is really strong vocally once again, but it's not something that I'm into musically or vocally. It's the same problem I'm having with a few of these tracks. Like I said, I could see it being an adult contemporary hit, but I don't see it as anything that I'm going to be listening to, but I definitely compare it to something like Give Your Heart a Break. That song was very successful on adult radio and that sort of thing, so I could see that happening once again for Demi with this track. Let It Be Known that Made in the USA is my least favorite off of this record. I don't like this track at all. It's country tinged, and I stay as far away from country music as I possibly can. I'm not saying that there's not some good country songs out there, it's just not my thing, and I don't think that's really Demi Lovato's thing. Can't do, walking away. Overall, I was really impressed with this record. I was surprised. It actually surprised me a little bit. I knew I was going to like it. I was pretty sure I was going to like it at least, and it definitely exceeded my expectations a little bit. It's a 4 out of 5 from me. I'd love to hear what you guys thought about this album. Keep in mind, this is all just my opinion. Let me know yours, tastefully, respectfully, in the comment section down below. A lot of reviews on the way. Vampire Weekend, possibly Dillinger Escape Plan. If you'd like to see the full review schedule of albums I'm probably going to review in the near future, click the link in the description below along with all the other links, albumreviewtv.com for more. See you guys very soon. Please make sure you subscribe.